Charlie?
It is a tough time for a lot of the people here in Grand Blanc, a really nice city. People are coming together. This is about as close as we can get to the church, which is there, which is still an active police scene. A lot of the officers, a lot of the ATF agents, FBI, they're all leaving now for the night. You can see here, this is a memorial that's been growing since we were here. Wasn't here yesterday at all, and then it's been growing. Also, some members of the community, there's a donut store that's giving out a parlor donuts. They're giving away free donuts and coffee to first responders. They've had dogs from ministry. They've been helping a lot of people here get over this. Then there's Dan Beasley. Dan Beasley, first met him at the Wayne Church during that shooting, and he was also at Charlie Kirk's memorial in Phoenix. Now you're here. Why are you here in Grand Blanc, Dan? With your cross?
Yes. Well, this is obviously such a tragedy that occurred. This isn't just a tragedy for the LDS community, but it's a tragedy for anyone that believes in God, anyone that worships on Sundays, that we should never have to fear, whatever we believe in, we should never have to fear that we're going to go and be shot and killed for what we believe.
You're a little provocative with this giant cross. Do you feel any kind of danger for doing what you're doing?
Well, Charlie, fortunately, I have thousands of people that pray for me every single day, that they pray for my safety. And I believe that wherever we take it, that we're surrounded by angels that are always protecting us. And that's all I can say. I mean, I've been in some pretty rough spots, in some serious situations that you'd never think I'd be getting out of, but I come out of them.
All right. All the best to you, Dan. Thanks a lot. Appreciate that. All right. Let me also say here that there is a vigil at the Genesis Hospital. It's about 2 miles north of where I'm at right now. Should start at about 7 o'clock. It's put on by the hospital. And as we said in the last segment, there's a striking nurses there, about 700 of them. However, the hospital says nurses are welcome if they do not bring their protest sign. Again, another sign that this community in Grand Blanc is coming together after this tragic shooting. I'm live here in Grand Blanc. I'll send it back to you.
Well, Charlie, you've been out there for a few days now and really covering everything going on. It's nice to see everybody coming together, and especially in a small town. But have you seen things change over the last couple of days? And what have you witnessed in terms of how people are feeling, how they're acting? Is it business as usual?
Well, I'll tell you, I don't know that it's business as usual. I'll have to say, I will say this is a really nice community. We got a chance to go into town, which is only about another 2 miles. Grand Blanc's not that big. But we got a chance to talk to a number of businesses. Listen, we heard a siren not too long ago, earlier today, and I think everybody was just tense. What's going on? Take a look. Tim, come here. These are barriers here that from the Auburn Hills Police Department. Yesterday, there was someone that decided, I don't know why, but to bash through this police barricade. I don't know why he did that. He's not going to be able to do that. He's certainly not going to be able to do that now. That was not here yesterday. So, you know, this is it's not business as usual yet, but you got to give some credit to the first responders. They've been great with us, and the people in the town. They've been great with us as well. But there's still a little bit. The question remains: why? We don't have that answer yet.
I know, and until I think the people everywhere, really across the nation, get some more answers, it's going to be tough to move on and heal from this. So we'll have to wait and see. Thanks, Charlie.
Well, the Grand Blanc Township community heartbroken after that Sunday church service was interrupted by violence. As you heard Terrence say, it will take some time to get over this. It's not something that can easily be done. This is a terrible loss. This morning, a group of nurses on strike at Henry Ford Genesis Hospital rallying for the victims. The nurses putting down signs that had messages about their ongoing strike against the hospital. Instead, they're now holding up signs that read things like, "Pray for our community" and "Grand Blanc strong."
The biggest thing for us, we toggled because this is about the victims and their families. It's not about our strike. It's about really what brings our community together. We are out here fighting for patients and safe patient ratios to start, but that all ties into the fight we have for this community, and we want to show them that really we are out here for them to do this. We just want to make sure our community is safe and know we love them.
The nurses' contract expired in June, and negotiations between both sides continues. Stay with Fox 2 News for our continuing coverage of this shooting. Remember, we're updating you all the time online and on our Fox local app, and of course right here on Fox 2 News on television.
Well, new today, a bomb threat forces evacuation at Monroe County Community College. Both the main campus in Monroe and the Whitman Center in Temperance are closed as the Macomb County Sheriff's Office conducts a thorough security sweep. Officials have not released details on the nature of the threat, but campus authorities say safety is their top priority.
One man is recovering and police are searching for a suspect after a shooting on Detroit's west side.
It happened right down the street from Henry Ford High School on Plainview Avenue. Fox News' Scott Wolchuk has the latest on the investigation.
I'm here on Plainview Avenue, where we know that a man was shot in the leg early in the morning, just after 9:30. Police got the call. They got over here onto Plainview, and you can actually see Henry Ford High School right there, but we're learning this school did not go on lockdown. But when police arrived, there was nobody here, just many large pools of blood. Turns out that the victim was taken to the hospital privately, where they are recovering. What we know, this is a man in his 30s who is the victim. Police trying to identify a suspect. They may have a person of interest. They say they believe that this man may have had an altercation with somebody earlier in the morning, but they're working to kind of tie up those loose ends. Take a listen to what police had to say.
We do know that the victim may have had an altercation earlier in the day with a known suspect, a suspect that is known to the victim, and so we're just going to continue the investigation to determine if that individual is involved and what their involvement may be before we decide that they are the intended suspect.
Now, we are learning that it sounds as though he was only hit once. The shooting did happen outside on Plainview. Here you can see they are wrapping up this investigation. While it is very close to that high school, I'm told by DPS that this was still far enough away where they did not have to go under any type of lockdown procedure. All has been well and normal at the school. For now, reporting on Detroit's west side, Scott Wolchuk, Fox 2 News.
The other big story we're following right now, the countdown to a possible government shutdown.
And both on the state and federal levels, lawmakers from Lansing to Washington still working to hammer out a budget deal before midnight. Let's get live to Fox News' Ingrid Kelly. She has more on the impact we'll see in the federal government if it does shut down. Ingrid.
Yeah, you know, it's a lot of finger pointing right now. The Republicans, they say it's the Democrats say it's the Republicans. But if this shutdown actually takes place, it's the people who pay the price.
We are up against the deadline.
Can a federal government shutdown be avoided? The 12 a.m. Wednesday, October 1st deadline to strike a deal is fast approaching.
We're in this period of deep divisions between the political parties.
Political analysts believe it's this deep political divide that could open the door for a government shutdown to take place.
Without any appropriations in place, the federal government can't spend any money.
So how could no government spending impact an everyday citizen?
National parks would close. Things like those federal employees would start to be laid off.
Thousands of those federal workers living right here in Michigan, but some federal services will continue.
But at the same time, you know, we would see things like the military continue. The post office will continue to operate. Air traffic control continue, right? We would see these important or essential operations would not be impacted.
And despite these services continuing, workers' paychecks would go on pause.
What always happens in a shutdown is people aren't paid for the time that they are furloughed.
The Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, also known as SNAP benefits, are expected to continue, but a prolonged shutdown could cause delays. If a federal shutdown takes place, it would come as Michigan lawmakers try to avoid a state government shutdown. If it happens, for many, it would be a double whammy.
Just like the federal government, the state cannot spend money unless it's been appropriated. We might see things like road projects halted. We might see lottery sales halted. We might see Secretary of State offices shuttered.
So back out here live, you know, a potential shutdown could impact small things like lottery tickets and big things like SNAP benefits. So let's hope that both shutdowns can be avoided. Back to you in the studio.
Yeah, so many people are talking about the ICE raids that have been happening across the country. My understanding is that although many of those workers will be furloughed, they are considered essential employees, so we could continue to see those raids happen across the country even as the government shuts down.
That's right. And, you know, anything really at this point could happen. I mean, obviously, the president has said that it's probably likely that we will see a government shutdown. But let's really hope that, obviously, both sides can come together and realize that it's the people that they're working for and that the shutdown can be avoided.
Yeah, let's certainly hope that they do, both in Lansing and in Washington. Ingrid Kelly for us live tonight.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, the clock for Michigan lawmakers to avoid a state government shutdown is ticking. Lawmakers on both sides are still waiting for details on the state's new budget before its midnight deadline. The budget includes nearly $2 billion in funding to fix the roads and keep school funding levels steady. It also includes tax cuts for those on Social Security and tips and overtime pay. But the high-stakes negotiations continues. Meanwhile, Governor Whitmer is urging state employees to report to work tomorrow, promising there will be some kind of deal to keep the government open, whether it's a full budget agreement or a short-term fix.
Our stretch of beautiful weather continues as we get ready to say goodbye to September.
It's making the outdoor cleanup, leaf cleanup. You know, Rich, you do it all the time. Makes it a little easier when it's like this outside.
Here's the leaf. You know, you got to do it. You got to get it right there.
That's right.
Got to do some sweeping there. It's all good. It's all good. Look at me. This great stretch continues. 79 degrees here right now. 79 as well, Battle Creek. It is a bit cooler up around Alpena and Marquette, but even that is not terribly cold for this time of year. Live pictures from the Mackinac Bridge. Beautiful there with a breeze from the north and east. It's 64 at the bridge. We're going to get down to 55, so a comfortably cool evening ahead. And then take a look at your Wednesday planner. Not as warm tomorrow. We're going to top out near 70 as opposed to 80 that we've seen the last couple days. How about a check of the 7-day, Taryn? And is there any rain in the forecast? We'll show it to you in 10.
All right, we'll talk to you then. Thanks, Rich. Well, could this be a breakthrough for chronic pain? A new experimental drug is showing results, and we've got the details on what's making it work in HealthWorks.
Also, could the White House become your new pharmacy? The Trump administration announcing a plan to sell prescription drugs directly to consumers. That's coming up. But first, by now, you've likely heard that an alligator has been spotted on Belle Isle. When we come back, you'll hear from the woman who encountered the reptile and sent her video right to the DNR. The news at 6 is coming right back.